About 98% of people believe their mind is their greatest asset. They trust it. They rely on it to make decisions. They believe if they just think hard enough, they can achieve anything. But what if I told you the worst thing you can do for yourself is to blindly follow your mind as it is right now? Your mind, in its current state, is not your friend. In fact, for most people, it is the very thing keeping them stuck. I know that sounds wrong. It sounds illogical because we've been taught to trust our thoughts. But think about it. If your mind was truly helping you, why do you keep going back to the same habits? Why do you keep delaying what you know you should do? Why do you keep choosing comfort over growth? That's not support. That's programming. And until you understand this, you will keep listening to a system that was never designed to make you successful. By the end of this video, you will understand why your mind resists change, why it pulls you back into the same patterns, and why it quietly keeps you stuck, even financially. More importantly, I'll show you how to stop letting your mind work against you and start training it to work for you. Because once you understand how your mind really works, everything begins to change. You see, your brain is not designed to make you successful. No. The primary duty of your brain is to keep you safe. It prioritizes safety over everything else. So in order to keep you safe at all times, your brain automatically rejects anything that is new or unfamiliar, and it labels it as a potential danger. That's the first thing you need to understand. Your mind is not trying to make you poor. Your mind simply hates change. And because success requires change, it ends up keeping you stuck. Your mind is a very lazy servant. It is so lazy that it has automated almost everything. About 95% of what you do every day is automatic. You don't think about how to walk. You don't think about how to breathe. You don't think about how to react in certain situations. It just happens. Now let me break this down in a simple way. Your mind can be divided into two main parts: the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the part that thinks. It makes decisions. It sets goals. It says, I want to change my life. I want to be successful. I want to do better. But the conscious mind only controls a very small part of your life. The real control is in the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind controls about 95% of everything you do. It controls your habits, your reactions, your behavior, your patterns. It even controls things like your breathing, your heartbeat, and how your body functions. And this part of your mind never sleeps. Its primary job is simple: to keep you alive, to keep you safe, to make sure you survive. Now here is where it gets interesting. In order to keep you safe, the subconscious mind depends on the past. It looks at your past experiences, your past habits, your past patterns, and it tries to repeat them. Because to your subconscious mind, what is familiar is what is safe. It does not judge whether something is good for you or bad for you. It only asks one question: have we done this before? If the answer is yes, it allows it. If the answer is no, it resists it. That is why anytime you try to do something new, start a new habit, wake up earlier, become more disciplined, chase a bigger goal, you feel resistance. Not because it is wrong, but because it is unfamiliar. And to your subconscious mind, unfamiliar means dangerous, even if that thing is actually good for you. Now think about this carefully. If you have been poor your whole life, if you have been used to struggling, if you have been used to certain financial patterns, Your subconscious mind accepts that as normal. It doesn't see poverty as something bad. It sees it as something familiar. And because it is familiar, it labels it as safe. So anytime you try to break out of that pattern, anytime you try to do something different, your mind pulls you back. Not because it hates you, but because it is trying to protect you. The problem is, it is protecting you based on your past, not based on your potential. So anytime you try to change, your brain resists it. You want to make more money, you want to become rich, you want to expand your life. But your brain is used to a certain level. It has already built a belief that this is the amount of money we earn. This is what we can handle. This is our level. And once that belief is formed, your brain works to protect it. So the moment you try to go beyond that level, your brain sees it as a threat, and it begins to resist, not in an obvious way, but in subtle ways. You start procrastinating. You start doubting yourself. You start delaying important actions. And before you realize it, you are back at the same financial level. Not because you don't want more, but because your programming won't allow more. Now let's take this deeper. From childhood, your mind has been recording everything. Everything you saw, everything you heard, everything you experienced, especially around money. If you grew up hearing things like, money is hard to get, rich people are greedy, you have to suffer before you earn, your mind stored all of that. And those stored programs become your beliefs. Now here's the key thing you must understand. Your beliefs control your behavior, and your behavior produces your results. So if you have a belief that money is hard to come by, your subconscious mind will make sure that you experience that. You will find yourself working harder, struggling more, delaying results, because your mind is trying to make your belief true. This is what is called a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your mind builds patterns and habits that make your beliefs become your reality. So if your belief is, I can only earn just enough to survive, your subconscious will make sure you always have enough to get by, but never enough to be truly free. You will work hard, but still feel stuck. You will make money, but it won't stay. You will try to grow, but something keeps pulling you back. And if you really pay attention to your life, you will start to see the patterns, the same struggles, the same limits repeating themselves. That is not luck. That is programming. So if you want to change your financial life, you don't start with money. You start with your beliefs. So your brain wants you to remain where you are, not because it hates you, but because it is trying to protect your identity. It is trying to protect who you have been, what you are used to, what feels familiar. And because change is unfamiliar, your brain sees it as a potential danger, even if that change is exactly what you need. But here is what you need to understand. You are not your mind. You are the one observing your thoughts. You are the consciousness behind your mind, which means you have a mind, but your mind is not you. And because of that, your mind is supposed to be your servant, not your master. But for most people, it is the other way around. Their mind controls them, their habits control them, their past controls them, and they live their entire life repeating patterns they didn't consciously choose. But you don't have to live like that, because you have something very powerful. You have your conscious mind. Even though it only makes up about 5%, it is the part that can think, decide, and choose. And here is the truth most people don't realize. The conscious mind is the programmer, and the subconscious mind is the program. So let me ask you something. Which one has more power? The program or the programmer? The answer is simple. The programmer. Your conscious mind has the ability to rewrite what has already been programmed. It has the ability to choose new beliefs, create new habits, and direct your life in a new way. But only if you use it intentionally. Because if you don't, your subconscious will keep repeating old patterns, old beliefs, and old results. Patterns you didn't choose, beliefs you picked up as a child, ideas that were given to you without your awareness. So if you want to change your life, you have to consciously reprogram your subconscious mind with new beliefs and new habits that align with the future you want, not the past you came from. Because if you don't take control, your mind will continue to recreate your past over and over again. But once you understand this, you take your power back. You stop being controlled and you start directing your life. And this is how you shift your mind from working against you to working for you. This is how you take your greatest obstacle and turn it into your greatest advantage. This is how you take your mind from being your worst enemy to becoming your best friend. Now let me show you how to actually do that. The first step to reprogramming your mind is awareness. You can also call it conscious living, because you cannot change what you are not aware of. Most people are not living consciously. They are running on autopilot. Their thoughts are automatic. Their actions are automatic. Their habits are automatic. And because of that, they keep repeating the same patterns without even realizing it. So the first thing you need to do is to slow down and become aware. Become aware of the programs you are currently operating on. Become aware of your thoughts. Become aware of your actions. Become aware of your habits. Start observing yourself. The way you respond to situations, the way you react to pressure, the decisions you make every day. Don't just act. Observe. Ask yourself simple questions like, why did I do that? Why did I avoid that? Why did I react this way? And more importantly, try to identify the belief behind the behavior. Because every habit is supported by a belief. If you keep procrastinating, there is a belief behind it. If you keep avoiding opportunities, there is a belief behind it. If you keep struggling with money, there is a belief behind it. Your job at this stage is not to fix anything yet. Your job is to understand. And this is very important. Do not judge yourself. Don't say, why am I like this? This is bad. I need to stop this immediately. No, that is not the goal here. The goal is awareness. Simply acknowledge it. Notice the pattern. See it clearly. Because the moment you become aware, you create separation. You begin to see that this is not me. This is a program. And once you can see the program, you can change it. But if you are not aware, you will keep acting it out over and over again. So this step is very important. Awareness is the beginning of change, because only when you become aware can you begin to rewrite the program. The second step is identifying your limiting beliefs and questioning them. This step is very important because your beliefs are what control your habits, and if you don't challenge them, you will keep living by them without even realizing it. You need to understand something clearly. Your beliefs are not the truth. They are ideas you have accepted as truth. And most of those beliefs were not even chosen by you. They were picked up from your environment, from your parents, from society, from what you saw growing up. And when you hear something long enough, it begins to feel like the truth, even if it is not. So now your job is to question those beliefs. There is a simple idea I want you to think about. Truth does not fear being questioned, but lies hate being challenged. So if you truly believe something, you should be able to question it. You should be able to examine it. You should be able to test it. Let's take a simple example. If you have a belief that rich people are evil, don't just accept it. Question it. Ask yourself, is this actually true? What evidence do I have? Is this true for everyone? Because if rich people are evil, then it means poor people are good. And you already know that's not true. Being good or bad is a character trait, not a money trait. Many of the beliefs we have about money came from what we saw growing up. Movies, stories, environments where the rich person was always the villain. And over time, we began to associate money with something negative. But that is not reality. Money does not change people. Money reveals people. When a good person becomes rich, they become more of who they already are. When a bad person becomes rich, they also become more of who they are. So the problem is not money. The problem is the belief you attached to it. And once you start questioning your beliefs, something powerful happens. You begin to see them for what they really are. Not truth, but assumptions. And the moment you see that, your attachment to those beliefs begins to weaken. They no longer control you the way they used to, because now you are thinking for yourself. And this is where real change begins, because your beliefs are tied to your identity. They protect your ego, and your ego always wants to be right. So when you question your beliefs, you are challenging the very foundation of how you see yourself. And that is uncomfortable, but it is necessary, because once you see a belief clearly, once you realize it is not true, it loses its power. And what was once controlling your life becomes something you can finally change. That is the goal of this step, to expose the belief and see it for what it really is. Not truth, but a false idea you accepted without questioning. The third step is to replace those beliefs. Let me be very clear with you. You cannot remove a belief without replacing it. If you try to remove a belief without planting a new one, the old belief will grow back. So the goal is not just to eliminate limiting beliefs. The goal is to replace them. The beliefs you identified, especially around money, that are not supporting your life must be replaced with new ones that align with the future you want. Now the question is, how do you build a new belief? The answer is simple: repetition. This is where affirmations and declarations become important. And this step is not optional. You cannot skip it. You don't build belief in your conscious mind. You build belief in your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind does not respond to a one-time event. It responds to repetition. The more you repeat something, the more familiar it becomes. And the more familiar it becomes, the more your mind accepts it as safe. Think about it like this. When you move to a new city, at first, everything feels uncomfortable. You don't know the environment. You don't know the people. You don't know what to expect. So you feel uneasy. But after a few months, you start to relax. After a year, it begins to feel normal. After some time, it feels like home. What changed? Not the city, your familiarity with it. And that is exactly how belief works. The more you repeat a new idea, the more familiar it becomes. And the more familiar it becomes, the more your subconscious accepts it. So if you want to build a new belief, you must repeat it again and again and again, until your mind stops resisting it. Because at the beginning, your subconscious will reject it. It will feel fake. It will feel uncomfortable. It will feel like you're lying to yourself. That is normal. That is part of the process. But if you stay consistent, that resistance begins to fade. And over time, the belief begins to settle. Now here is the part most people miss. Words alone are not enough. You must feel it, because the language of the subconscious mind is emotion. If you repeat affirmations without feeling, they remain weak. But when you attach emotion to the words, you make the message stronger. You begin to send a clear signal to your subconscious mind that this is real. So when you say your affirmations, don't just say them, feel them, believe them, connect with them, even if it feels unnatural at first. Because remember, you are the programmer. And as the programmer, you have the ability to attach meaning and emotion to whatever belief you choose. And when you combine repetition with emotion, you accelerate the process. You make the new belief stronger, faster, and more deeply rooted. And over time, what once felt fake begins to feel natural. What once felt uncomfortable begins to feel normal. And what once felt impossible begins to feel like who you are. That is how you replace a belief. Not once, not twice, but consistently, until your mind accepts it as your new reality. The final step to reprogramming your mind for success is action. Not perfect action, not planned action, but raw, imperfect, consistent action. This is where most people get it wrong. They stop at the third step. They repeat affirmations, they say the right words, they talk about abundance, but they don't act. And the truth is simple. Affirmations alone will not change your life, because results do not happen in your mind. Results happen in the physical world. You cannot sit there and say, I am rich, I am successful, I am disciplined, and still live the same lifestyle. It doesn't work like that. Action is what connects your beliefs to your reality. If you say you are becoming rich, then you need to ask yourself, how does a person who is rich think? How do they act? What habits do they have? And then you start acting that way, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels unnatural, even if you don't feel ready. Because every action you take is evidence, and that evidence strengthens the belief you are trying to build. This is how it works. You affirm it, and then you act it. You say, I am disciplined. Then you follow through on what you said you would do. You say, I am building wealth. Then you take actions that move you towards money. That is how the belief becomes real, because now your subconscious is not just hearing words, it is seeing proof. And remember, your subconscious believes proof more than words. So when you combine affirmations, emotion, and action, you create alignment. And that alignment is what reprograms your mind. Not just thinking, not just speaking, but doing. Because at the end of the day, faith without action produces nothing. Faith without works is dead. You can believe all you want, but if your actions don't match, your life will not change. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect. Start acting. Take the step. Make the move. Do the work. Even if it's messy, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's not perfect. Because that action is what tells your mind, this is who I am. And once your mind accepts that, everything begins to change. That is how you reprogram your mind for success. Now let's bring everything together. If you truly want to reprogram your mind, it comes down to 4 simple steps. Step 1, awareness. You need to become aware of the patterns you are currently operating on, your thoughts, your habits, your reactions, because you cannot change what you are not aware of. Step 2, identify and question your beliefs. Understand that your beliefs are not the truth. They are ideas you have accepted, often without questioning them. So challenge them. Ask yourself, is this actually true? Because the moment you question a belief, it begins to lose its power. Step 3, replace those beliefs. You cannot remove a belief without installing a new one. And this is where repetition matters. You repeat the new belief again and again until your mind begins to accept it. And when you add emotion to it, you make it stronger. Step 4, action. This is the most important part, because action is what turns belief into reality. You don't just say it, you live it. You act in alignment with the person you are becoming. And when you combine all 4 steps, awareness, belief, repetition, and action, you begin to take control of your mind. And once you take control of your mind, you take control of your life. And that is how you reprogram your mind for success. Now you understand why your mind keeps you where you are. It's not trying to destroy you. It's trying to protect you. But the problem is, it is protecting you based on your past, not your future. And if you leave it unchecked, it will keep you in the same place, repeating the same patterns for the rest of your life. So the responsibility is now yours. Take charge of your life. Take control of your mind and start reprogramming it with beliefs and habits that move you forward, not ones that keep you stuck. If you got value from this, share this with someone who needs to understand it. And if you want more content like this, subscribe to the channel. This channel is dedicated to helping you grow and improve every single day. The work is yours now.